The beginning of Elon Musk's Boring Company is well known to everyone. The famous company that began as a tweet back in 2016 has one goal, which is to solve the problem of soul-destroying traffic. How exactly are they achieving that? Let's look into it. According to Elon Musk, to solve the problem of traffic, there are two options: flying cars or tunnels. Unlike flying cars, tunnels are weatherproof, out of sight, and won't fall on your head. This idea would help alleviate congestion in any city and make transportation faster. But there is a key factor for the success of the tunnels, and that's the cost. Tunnels are really expensive to dig, with some projects costing as much as $1 billion per mile. In order to make a tunnel network feasible, tunneling costs must be reduced by a factor of more than 10. The Boring Company tunnel would cost $10 million per mile to build. They are doing this with the principle of reusability responsible for SpaceX's success. 1. They are reusing dirt excavated. Normally, the dirt is thrown away and the process of taking it off-site is very costly. Instead, the dirt is being used to build the tunnel reinforcement segment on site. 2. They're also reducing the tunnel diameter. The current standard for a one-lane tunnel is approximately 28 feet. By using autonomous electric vehicles, the diameter can be reduced to less than 14 feet. Reducing the diameter in half reduces tunneling costs by 3 to 4 times. 3. Making the tunnels smaller will make the process faster. Tunneling is a very slow process. Even snails are 14 times faster. The way they are trying to decrease the time is by working to increase the speed of the tunnel boring machine, TBM. Boring's third-generation TBM is meant to go a mile a week, in comparison to a standard TBM that digs a mile in 8 to 12 weeks. An amazing quality of Elon Musk is that he speaks with actions, and he has already started this reimagination of public transport. A test tunnel is located in Los Angeles and is being used for research and development of the Boring Company's tunneling and public transportation systems. The second tunnel completed is the Las Vegas Convention Center Loop, which is currently in the trial process. This loop will connect the new exhibit hall with the existing campus in 3 station locations that offer convenient access between key destinations and nearby transport connections. A typical walk time between the new exhibit hall to the existing North Central Hall can take up to 15 minutes. The same trip on the loop would take approximately 1 minute. All rides along this loop would be free of charge as per the Boring Company's agreement with the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority Board. The Boring Company has begun laying the groundwork for another project in Las Vegas called the Vegas Loop, which will run through various destination spots in Sin City, including the Strip and the Resort Corridor. But the tunnels are bigger than these 2 locations. There are talks to build tunnels in Los Angeles, Florida, Chicago, and an East Coast loop from Washington, D.C. to Baltimore. The tunnels in Fort Lauderdale and Miami are already in talks. The mayors of both cities are set to visit the tunnels in Las Vegas and California. According to the Boring Company, each tunneling project would cost between $30 to $60 million. Dugout Loop, Los Angeles. The Boring Company is proposing to build Dugout Loop, whose main objective is to help reduce traffic in Los Angeles by providing a clean and efficient public transportation option to Dodger Stadium. Purchasing tickets for the Dugout Loop will be made in advance, similar to booking seats at a movie theater via a mobile app, over the phone or in person. The fares are not finalized, but will cost around $1. For this specific tunnel, pedestrians and cyclists are being prioritized, and they will be transported in AEVs, which are the zero-emission vehicles that can carry 8 to 16 passengers through the loop system. The AEVs are based around the Tesla Model X platform and are propelled by multiple electric motors. The Chicago Express Loop. In February 2018, the city of Chicago announced a competition to build a high-speed transportation network from downtown Chicago to the O'Hare Airport. The Boring Company entered and won the contest with the proposal to transport passengers from downtown to the airport in 12 minutes. The loop's projected cost is $1 billion, and its plan is to cover 18 miles or 29 kilometers. The fares are not finalized but will be less than half the typical price of a taxi or rideshare services, though higher than the Blue Line Transit, which costs $5. So with all these projects on the way, some comparisons between the loops and subways have risen. But there are clear differences. The Boring Company doesn't need any subway stations. They have rising platforms that can directly get you onto the network. This eliminates the need to excavate millions of cubic feet to build escalators, restrooms and walkways, as well as representing saving money in maintenance and cleaning. Also, in Elon's tunnels, users will be able to take their own vehicles into the tunnel, meaning that you don't have to walk to or from the station. Even if you are using the system just as a pedestrian, the entry points will be closer to you as they can easily be built across the city. The speed of subway trains today generally is around 40 to 50 miles per hour, not even mentioning the constant stops, which brings down the overall travel speed to just 15 or 20 miles an hour. On the other hand, the loops are aiming to offer speeds of anywhere between 125 and 150 miles per hour. And don't worry, traffic won't be an issue, as all the vehicles are expected to be autonomous, allowing more human drivers per hour than a regular single-lane freeway. An even more exciting part of the Boring Company is the Hyperloop, which is a vacuum chamber eliminating the effects of air resistance, which allows for ultra-high speeds of over 600 miles per hour, almost like an underground jet. This system would be in use for East Coast Loop from Washington, D.C. to Baltimore. The entire 35-mile alignment of the twin 12-foot inner diameter tunnels is subsurface. Passengers would be able to travel from downtown DC to downtown Baltimore in approximately 15 minutes for Loop and less than 8 minutes for Hyperloop. The fares are not finalized, but are said to be lower than current public transportation fares. Elon Musk is working towards making this new mode of transportation cheaper, which applies to his other projects like the SpaceX programs and Tesla. There are a lot of points that seem to say that the Boring Company's transportation system will end up replacing subways and affecting airline sales. Let us know what you think. Are you looking forward to riding in one of the loops? Let us know in the comments below. Subscribe today to Think Big Tech for more content on future innovations and technologies.